And I said, who's Nelson? And then I knew in 1 second.
You did?
Uh-huh.
How?
I don't know. I think my whole life, all the just like millions of like millimoments, I don't even know if that's a word, little fragments of a memory, of a moment, of a thing, things I caught that my sort of that went into my subconscious moments. And then I said, who's Nelson? And then he, I saw the drain out of his face, and he sort of panicked and turned white. And then he said, he panicked. And he said, oh, it's probably not true. It's probably not true. And that's when I knew. And I think that he couldn't believe that I didn't know. I was 25. How could I not know? And I understand that. And then he said, it's not true. I'm sure it's not true. And then he showed me his picture.
And you're like, it's true.
On a cellular level, it was just like a DNA talking to DNA.
Right.
And I knew it was true. And I just really thought my life was over. I mean, I remember leaving and driving to my brother's house, and I thought I was going to crash my car because I was so not present. I was totally like dissociated and out of my body. And I got to my brother's house. I didn't even know how I got there, but I knew that I shouldn't be driving. Yeah, it was crazy.
25 years thinking your story and your narrative, and your mom also, you're trying to process like not having your mom, and you're at this man's house and you're seeing like, oh my God, everyone was obsessed with my mom and loved my mom and I don't get to have her. And then it's like you're hit in the face again. It's like, oh, by the way,
the one thing I did have, the one thing that I was rooted in, the one thing that was my constant was no longer mine. And my identity it was just smashed. It was like it broke into, it's like I had 1,000 pellets of hard truth going, my brothers aren't my brothers, my Hungarians, I'm not Hungarian, I'm not related to all my family that I grew up with in Hungary. What about this? I'm not related to my sister who's my dad's